past 16 years, it's been Canada's favourite passenger car. On this edition of Test Drive, we take a look at the latest Honda Civic. But this is no ordinary Civic. This is the SI. When the Honda Civic was introduced in 1973, only 747 cars were sold that year. Time has seen the sales of this class-leading compact grow to the point where it's the best-selling passenger car in Canada, and it's been that way for 16 years. Last year, over 64,000 found a home, which was almost 10,000 more than its nearest competitor. After a bland restyle for 2012, Honda was forced back to the drawing board to clean up the look of the 9th generation car and add more style. The SI, well, it's now a sharp looker. Over the years, there's a number of safety items that have moved from the exclusive list to the universal one. Airbags, seat belts, anti-lock brakes and electronic stability control, to name a few. Now there's another that needs to join that universal list, and it's Honda's Lanewatch. Whenever you push a button or activate the right side turn signal, it turns on a camera and puts the view right here. It's not only easier to see, it also gives you a bigger picture of what's sitting in your blind spot. It's not only very cool, it's a significant safety advance. The 2.4-litre engine delivers 205 horsepower and 174 pound-feet of torque. When iVTEC does its thing, this engine really starts to boil as it charges towards redline. The retuned exhaust then adds the right sound. The power is put to the pavement through a close-ratio 6-speed manual box that snicks through its gears very nicely indeed. The combination has a hot turn of speed that sees the SI romp from rest to 100k in 6.8 seconds. So why should Honda's Lanewatch be added to the universal list of safety stuff? Quite simply, when you need to change lanes, you have to check the right side mirror. That means you've got to tilt your head over, make sure it's clear, then go back to the road ahead. It only takes a second, but that 1 second at 100 kilometers an hour, you've traveled 28 meters without looking at the road ahead. When it comes to Lanewatch, you simply glance down at the screen, back to the road ahead. You know you can change lanes safely. There you go. Simple, but brilliant. As before, the Civic suspension is tuned to deliver a balance between ride comfort and agility. The setup works well. Body motion is well controlled, the steering has a crisp feel, and yet the Civic soaked up the rigours of a rough road in stride. In this regard, it remains a strong contender. The SI steps things up by adding larger front brakes, a limited slip differential, and two 25/40R18 tyres. In spite of the two-tier dash and that very irritating digital speedo, the rest of the SI cabin is very nicely finished. The seats are beautifully supportive, the driving position is just about perfect, and the whole lot, well, it has a degree of flair. I also like this. Now that's Honda Link. It gives you one-touch access to the infotainment, phone and navigation systems. The iPod look, well, it gives it an integrated look that's very easy to use. The SI's upgrades bring very accomplished road manners. It remains comfortable when prowling suburbia, and this in spite of the stiffer springs, firmer dampers and larger anti-roll bars. The flip side sees it hunker down and handle a twisty road with a great deal of poise and pointability. As a package, the SI comes together very nicely. The latest Honda Civic SI really does tick all the right boxes. It's fast, it's fun, and it's remarkably comfortable considering how well it goes around a corner. Now, having but 2 doors might limit its popularity. The good news is there's also a sedan.